Saudi Arabia and Pakistan signed a defense pact which says an attack on one is an attack on both. What will be the diplomatic implications of this pact and how India has reacted to it? All this and more in this special report. Hello viewers, I'm Kavya Khandelwal and you're watching The Edge. Today we are diving into one of the most keenly studied agreements signed this year, the Strategic Mutual Defense Pact between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. This isn't just another handshake photo op. The pact says any attack on one will be treated as an attack on both. And according to reports, Pakistan's nuclear arsenal is now on the table to defend Saudi Arabia. So, what does this mean for the region, for India, and for the world? Let's break it down. Picture this: Riyadh, Al Yamama Palace, Wednesday. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan, flanked by his army chief and senior ministers, sits across from Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. After hours of talks, they put pen to paper. The document, the Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement. The wording is crystal clear. Any aggression against either country shall be considered aggression against both. Sounds familiar? Yes, it echoes Article 5 of NATO, where an attack on one member is an attack on all. But here's the twist. This isn't NATO. This is a two-country pact, stitched together on the back of decades of friendship, strategic interests, and Islamic solidarity. Now, why now? Just days before in Doha, 40 Islamic nations met, calling for a NATO-like military alliance after Israel's strike on Hamas leaders in Qatar. The Middle East already feels like a powder keg. This deal, it's like someone just dropped a box of matches next to it. On paper, the pact looks like brotherhood, solidarity, and security. But zoom out a little and you see the problems. For one, Pakistan is the only Muslim country with nuclear weapons, and by formalizing this pact, there is now a pathway, however unofficial, for those nukes to become part of Saudi Arabia's defense umbrella. That's a game changer because Saudi Arabia, despite being the richest in the Arab world, doesn't have nukes. Iran doesn't either, but it's accused of racing towards them. Suddenly, this deal could spark a nuclear showdown war in the Middle East. And let's not forget India. Relations with Pakistan are already at rock bottom after the Pahalgam terror attack and India's Operation Sindoor. Now, India is watching closely, saying it will study the implications for national security. Translation? They are wary that this pact will complicate an already tense neighborhood. Let's unpack this. Number one, the historic bond. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan aren't strangers. Their ties go back nearly 8 decades, including military training, oil deals, and billions in aid. Whenever Pakistan's economy sinks, Riyadh usually throws a lifeline. This pact just makes that relationship official in military terms. Number two, the nuclear question. Pakistan has about 170 nuclear warheads. According to SIPRI, by comparison, Israel is estimated to have around 90 and Iran has none, at least officially. If Saudi Arabia gets even an indirect nuclear umbrella, it shifts the balance of power across the Middle East overnight. Number three, the regional domino effect. Iran will see this as a direct threat. Expect Tehran to double down on its nuclear program. Israel, already battling Hamas and Hezbollah, won't sit quietly while Riyadh and Islamabad tighten military ties. The US, long Saudi security guarantor, may feel its influence shrinking. And for India, which has grown closer to Saudi Arabia under PM Modi, this pact will be minutely monitored. Riyadh condemned the Pahalgam attack and stood with India against terrorism. But now, it's also binding itself to India's biggest rival, the bigger dream, and Islamic NATO. At that Doha summit, the talk was clear: create a NATO-like force for Muslim nations. This Saudi-Pakistan pact could be the blueprint. If more countries join, we could see the birth of new military bloc, challenging not just Israel, but even Western influence in the region. Here's where it gets really intense. For years, rumors swirled that if Saudi Arabia ever needed nukes, Pakistan would provide them. Some even claiming warheads were sitting in crates, waiting to be flown to Riyadh. Now, with this pact, those rumors no longer sound like wild conspiracy theories. They sound like policy. So, what do we take away from all this? The Saudi-Pakistan Strategic Defense Pact is more than just paperwork. It's a signal that Riyadh is perhaps no longer content relying on the US alone, a signal that Pakistan's nuclear umbrella might extend beyond Saudi Arabia, and a signal that the Middle East is entering an even more dangerous phase of alliances, rivalries, and nuclear shadows. And the world just got a little more unpredictable. What do you think about this pact? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow The Edge.